Here's my little survey tip of the week. Just because someone else used a question, and even if they used a question or series of questions and they're based on research and they're validated and fancy jargon, whatever, it doesn't mean they're good questions. Because just like math, sometimes things can look good from a statistical standpoint, and just from a practical reality standpoint, they can totally suck. It's like when you randomly find that two things are correlated that have nothing to do with each other. They're called spurious correlations. There's whole blogs and Reddits dedicated to this, you know? But sometimes survey questions or items look good together. They look good together even though they're breaking a ton of survey best practice rules. Which is all to say, I would err on the side of practical. Can you use this information? If you got data back for this question, this scale, this subset of items, would you know what it means? Would you be able to make sense of it? Would you be able to do something with it? And if the answer is no, then don't use the question. Even if someone else is doing it, even if they say it's great, just don't. Just as an example from my real life, for many years on studies I was on, we would use questions about belonging for kids in schools. And the belonging questions had great statistics. They had tested really well. And so they were commonly used. Do kids feel like they belong at school? When I took a 1-year hiatus from research to teach yoga in schools, story for another day, one day I was there when we had to administer one of these surveys that measured belonging. And I think I was in a 3rd grade classroom, and the number of kids who came to ask me what it meant to belong was wild. And I remember sitting there being this is a valid scale that everyone uses, and here I am, and all these kids are I don't know, what does this mean? Miss Kirsten, can you explain what this means? And I was just oh God, why are we using a word like belong? Why isn't it more simple? Because it tested well. Do you want to know if they have friends? Do you want to know if they get made fun of? Should have just asked it directly.